Alright, how's it going, everybody? This is Ismortah, and this evening for my 7 p.m. PST online card game stream, I'm going to do some more Magic the Gathering Arena, which is what you see here. For those of you unaware, this is the online app for playing Magic the Gathering online, which has, when you're in the game, a similar interface to Hearthstone, if you've played that game. But it has, honestly, a lot of features and functionality that makes it easier, like when you're passing priority and during different phases, and a lot of cool animations that this, as well as ease of use things for playing Magic, like not having to read cards upside down and being able to look at cards up close. Just a lot of quality of life improvements, and honestly, so much so that I actually really enjoy playing Magic. I prefer to play even like any card game, including Hearthstone, and any card game online, just because all the cool things you can do with the technology. So the theme for this evening, as the last part of my series for my Bolas obsession, is what you see here. My Bolas Eternal deck is what I'm calling it. Of course, you know, I have to have a different Bolas picture for every Bolas deck that I made. And what I did for fun for this is, I wasn't trying to design around the most optimum deck, but the most optimum deck around a theme that I really wanted to do. And the fun theme that I created was, could I make a deck that used all cards that were non-land, had to have a picture of Bolas in it. And I think I was able to pull it off. Just checking sound right quick. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. And that's why you see every color, because basically what I did is, unlike my Bolas, a mass Bolas deck, which would just theme me around using all War of the Spark cards only, and making a mass deck. And then I had another deck that was Surveil Bolas, that used just all cards from Guilds of Ravnica only, that were only Dimir, but then splashed the Bolas card that was available at the time. For this deck, any card in Standard that I can use, but it has to have a picture of Bolas on the card. It doesn't have to have his name, and flavor text doesn't count. It has to be his picture is on the card. As long as it's not a land, I want to have Bolas on the card. Why? Because I'm obsessed with this dude. He's just so cool, and he just got more cool with War of the Spark. I've always liked the guy, and this whole like a dragon becoming a god, and that's sort of like the theme that I'm doing with the board game, making Elemancer. So just, oh man, it's all sorts of cool. Totally into it. I just thought it'd be fun, because that way, like, the entire deck of cards, which I'll show you as you're playing game, they're like all Bolas, so it's super themey, right? So I'll go through all the cards and show you what I added as far as what counted as a Bolas card, and then I'll run through the strategy and then take you into play mode for practice. That way I can show you sort of the strategy that I use with this deck, which is really atypical. And I won't be doing practice mode just because that way I don't have a time limit, and I can narrate, take as long as I want, to showing you the strategies that I was thinking of at different points in the game playing the deck. So it is a 60 card deck, and it is using every color because I had to really mine for every possible Bolas card that I currently owned and throw in the deck to make it happen. Now, I didn't go out of my way to buy any Bolas cards I didn't have. I think I had a few rare wild cards that I use for a few cards, but otherwise it's just what I currently already had in inventory. Like, I didn't go out of my way and spend any mystic rares, for example. Alright, so let's go ahead and show you the goodies. So the curve, it's actually not a bad curve. Like, it's not a typical distribution. If you look at my mouse here, the normal distribution is you have low, high, low. So you can play a ton of stuff early and some late game. But this deck actually plays like a control deck. So it is mid game, as you see here. But it has like a bunch of cards I can play with just 2 or 3 mana. So I do have early game, and then I have a ton of late game. I just not really that mid range. It's either like super expensive or pretty cheap. And you still only have 1 creature. So how do I win with this deck? We'll get more into that. But yeah, it's basically all non-creatures, and even this one creature is actually Bolas Ravager, which is a creature planeswalker. So it's it's almost like I have 0 creatures in the deck. Alright, so let's look at the fun cards on what counted as Bolas picture for this deck. So we got Desperate Lunge, got him being a badass, laughing at this guy jumping at him. Despark, which is an awesome picture and also a really good low-level card. Same with Tyrant Scorn, another awesome Bolas picture. It's like Fool. Like, you look here, he jumps at him, and then blah. But this is a very good early game card with a lot of functionality. In fact, you can choose which effect you want to go with. Prison Realm, again, it's another good control-y type card. It's him imprisoned in his meditation chamber, if I recall. Meditation realm. Bolas being disappointed. Deliver Onto Evil. This is a really cool Bolas card. Really shows how larger he was than the rest of the other planeswalkers. And this card is also super powerful. Now it's super cool because you have the additional animation on the card. But my God, when you have Bolas out, I'll go more into a strategy later. The fact that you can just choose any 4 cards in your graveyard and take it back in your hand is super powerful. So if someone gets rid of your cards, or if you already played it, you can then play it again. Bolas Ravager. This is a card I really would like to have more of. I just didn't want to burn Mystic Rares just to make a fun, themey deck. You know, because like this deck, even though I found it is pretty good, you know, it's not meta, so I don't necessarily want to blow a shit ton of Mystic Rares on it. Plus, I only had 1 more to blow, and I don't really want to blow it. But this is a good card that I got from when I first got into Magic the Gathering Arena, and it fits perfectly. Patient Rebuilding. Bolas being a badass again, building his empire. And this is one of the ones that I gunned for a rare wild card to spend on it. Just because A, it's one that I didn't have, B, it's a cool picture, and C, it's actually really essential to the strategy of this deck. The fact that I can just mill and draw more cards every turn. Because since I'm playing every color, I may get color fucked, or the expensive cards, I may not have enough mana to get them. This way I make sure I get all the cards I need when I need it. Friend Omnipotence, really powerful card, but it's also really dangerous, so you have to be careful when you play this card. But an awesome picture, and you see like also awesome flavor text you see on the upper left hand side of the card about him, just how powerful he really was. Eldest Reborn, I definitely stocked up on all of these, and that's why I go circle back. Like everything that was control-y, low level, I got max, just because they're cheapo to get, and it was really effective removal for cheap. But yeah, Eldest Reborn, I stocked at 4 because it's just an awesome card. Like, yeah, it costs 5, but the fact that you can get 3 turns worth of awesome effects out of the card, and it's him transforming, you know, becoming that planeswalker. Actually, and I don't know the story during that block. I just forget what it's called. I know it escapes me. The Egyptian one. Whether, like, did he actually die and get reborn? I mean, it says reborn. Or did he just gain in power? But anyway, like, awesome picture, and it's a really good card. The fact that I can blow up someone's stuff and then steal something from a graveyard. Storm the Citadel. This is just one of the cards I added just to round out the deck because I was running out of cards that effectively worked in this deck, but still had a picture of Nicol Bolas in it. So I just only put one, just because I'm not running creatures, but I do have means to acquire creatures, and this way I can have this really powerful ability that can pump it up to possibly take out something, or more effectively, if it's not blocked, I can start blowing up other targets. Nicol Bolas Dragon God, this is one that I got a shit ton of because I went into the War Spar card, trying to get every card in the series. And so I actually have 3 of these, as well as obviously you see the Bolas Bundle, and have a really cool effect. It's actually one of my favorite cards just to look at in the game. It's actually got a ton more detail blown up than you even can tell on here. But you can see, I like, just look at the scales and the different color gradients. It's like, oh, it's palatable. Very cool. But yeah, I got 3 of these obviously because he's just a beast. Blow up shit, win the alternate way to win the game. Good stuff. Commence Endgame. This is a really powerful card. It's also a really powerful card that I used in my Bolas Amass deck. Yeah, really cool picture of Bolas, and this is a great card that, since this deck has many ways to draw a lot of cards in my hand, they could capitalize on all those cards and put out an extremely powerful creature for just 6 mana. Bolas' Citadel. I still have yet to be able to play this card once in any game, only because it's very situational. It's not just something you play and just get immediate benefit. Because you either, if you don't have life to sacrifice, it doesn't do shit for you, and if you don't have 10 permanents, it doesn't do shit for you. So, and it has to be non-land. So the tapping ability for this deck I would never use. It would just be the fact that I could pay life to play something. So, like I said, it was just a filler card that could have some benefits, and it has a very teeny picture of Nicol Bolas over by the center of that vortex. God of Pharaoh statue. This is, it's an okay card. It has a picture of him as a statue, which I'm going to count because it's, him, but as a statue. But it's great for getting people in trouble that barely have enough mana, as well as a possible alternate way to win that could keep sapping life every turn. So, I just put in one just to help fill in those gaps of cards when I was running out of effective ideas that I could use for Nicol Bolas in the deck. Eugen, the Ineffable. I counted him as a Nicol Bolas only because he's technically the twin of Nicol Bolas, even though he obviously looks different. He has similar posture, horns, wings, but it's different. Actually, I like this look of the feather wings. It's actually pretty cool on a really enigmatic figure like Eugen. But yeah, since he's a twin, I counted him as Nicol Bolas. And this is just an awesome card because you can blow shit up and play creatures, since I don't have effectively really any way to play creatures in this deck. So that's all the creatures, and then a couple last cards. Plane-wide Celebration. You see the fallen statue of Nicol Bolas. This is a super powerful card, especially late in the game when you can also use, I'm going to skip, Finale of Promise on it, because you can play something from your graveyard and make a copy of it, and we do something like that on Plane-wide Celebration. Super powerful. Or other spells like Commence the Endgame, or some of these destruction spells and sorceries and instants. And then, but it's also a really cool picture. Him just like true power, just like God, can anybody stop him? And then Finale of Eternity, when he's getting defeated. And this is great just as my board wipe in the game. And since I have ways to get stuff out of the graveyard, like with Deliver Onto Evil, and I think I'm missing one. Maybe that's it. Deliver Onto Evil. That I can replay cards that I put into my graveyard, which is cool. So then for lands, because I use absolutely every color it's very dangerous. You run the risk of not being able to play anything in the game because you don't have the appropriate mana. Especially since some of the cards I'm using that, in order to count as a Nicol Bolas card, have like 3 black, 2 green, 2 red, so it's pretty hard to play. So because I have to play it safe, I made sure I just played all split lands. That way I had in the teens for every color, technically. So definitely this deck will suffer from an early rush because all of my cards come to play tapped, basically. But I just want to make sure that I had the ability to actually eventually play the card. Otherwise, I'd be boned the entire game, as opposed to just for one turn. And so we got Forsaken, Submerged, Highland, Cinder, Foul, Timber, Stone, Woodland, all those split lands, so I have all the colors in the teens. And Gateways, which can be any color. Guildmage, which could be any color, as well as if I play something that's multicolor, you can make it more powerful, which in this case really is just that one Nicol Bolas the Ravager card. So I used this more just for the mana. And Unknown Shores. So yeah, that's deck in a nutshell. And again, like what I'm going for here is just the cool factor of every single card I play has a picture of Nicol Bolas. So it's a lot of fun. It's very themey. I like it. That's really cool text. Ravnica held its breath as the hero of the resistance, their last hope, flew through the sky, his dark sword ready to strike a god. And then he fails. The hero with the magic sword slays the dragon. Not this time. Nicol Bolas. Good stuff. Cool. Well, that's deck. So let me jump into practice mode just so you can see it in action. And that way it can also narrate and take longer turns if necessary to have you guys be able to see what I'm doing, as well as narrate why I'm doing what I'm doing. This was just like a really fun deck. It's like I'm really into themey decks. Like I would rather have okay mechanics and an awesome theme than as a theme that's like slapped on but awesome mechanics. Because like when I get into a game, I like to get sucked into it. Even a card game, it's like it's sucked into the event, as opposed to, well, technically, if you had 4 mana, you could have played 2 counter spells and stuff. You know, it's like I just like getting into the story and the events and, you know, the whole fantasy of it. All right, so we only got 2 lands, but this we can play early, so I'm just going to hold on to this. And these only need 1 more land, which we should get after 3 turns, so let's keep that guy.
This looks like a good spot for some practice.
So this other stuff you can see you get from the Bolas bundle. You get the avatar, which you saw during the load screen in here, the card back, you get the special effects on a bunch of the cards from War of the Spark. So cool. Especially if you're a Nicol Bolas fanatic like me. Alright, so this is going to be using 4 and greater, flying, so I'll probably just have to stick for a couple hits. I have Prism Realm, which I could eventually play, but I don't think I want to waste on a goddamn bird. So I'll probably just let that keep happening as well. Deliver onto Evil I could play, but I don't have anything in my graveyard. But otherwise, that would be a good play, because I could try to get cards back into my hand.
Hey!
But this card isn't good to play unless you have Bolas out. You want to make sure you at least have 3 decent cards in your graveyard. Otherwise, The opponents always get to choose 2 that I don't get, and if you have 2 or less, those make sure you get no cards.
I wonder
So
what your favorite
this is going to be
is.
really viable till later in the game. And I don't want to waste this on a goddamn bird at this point. So let's have to keep taking the hits for now. But that is the weakness with this deck. This deck plays really slow in the beginning. Like, I have some removal, but you know, if you attack with a bunch of weak shit, I may not be able to defend against it.
Let's get moving.
But the deck gets going mid game, and end game it's just phenomenal, especially when you're utilizing the finales and start stacking some of these cards together.
Sorry, thought I saw something.
So okay, so 3-2 though, that's going to be a problem. So I definitely want to get rid of that. Definitely. So, and I could do the Spark as long as I don't at least leave 1 mana so I can play Gateway Plaza. I want to play the Plaza first just because I get 1 mana of any color and I don't have to pay to get the multicolor, whereas this one you do.
Whoa!
So...
Sorry, thought I saw something.
Play this guy. Let's see, let's get a white.
It's important to take your time.
What? So, I was going to play this because it's a better land, but since I don't have a mana to keep it alive when it comes to the play, do this guy instead.
Hey! I can see your hand.
That's really weak with this deck. Like, if you, this really plays like a control deck, and then later in the game, I have the ability to draw a ton of cards, tutor stuff out of my graveyard, and put down really powerful stuff, or steal your stuff and use it against you. So it does really play like a control deck, I have to say. I don't currently still have any answers, unfortunately.
Keep with it. You're doing great.
So I think I'll get this down because it's the better card. And I won't play Prison Realm just yet. I may be forced to play it next turn regardless though, just because I need to stop. I need to slow damage. So I can destroy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can destroy. Do I have a blue, a black, and a white? Yeah. So I can spend both of these. Or I could do this, actually. That will kill 1, but he could choose. Or I can kill 2. I need slow damage, so I think I'll play the 2 cheap ones this turn and Eldritch Reborn next turn so I can kill 3 creatures.
Hey,
That's what I'm going to do. And then I can get him back by playing this. So this can kill... This can return something to its hand, which means I can return a token and blow it up. Or I can destroy something 3 or less, but all should be 3 or less anyway. But the flyers are the hardest to deal with, so I'm going to
anything good over there?
go.
Let's get moving.
Screwed up.
Keep going. You can do this.
Okay, I have to get rid of a flyer, because I'm not going to be able to deal with a flyer.
Let's get moving.
So now... Oh, I thought I had enough for endgame. Fuck. I thought I had enough.
Let's
okay,
get
well,
moving.
let's do what we can do. That's all I can do, right?
It's important to take your time. Hey, what's that?
You're getting super low on health. Super. Let's see, now we can replay some of these cards. So if I tag 3, I'll get back 2. Throw them. But I gotta stay on the defensive because I'm about very close to death. 3, I have 6 lands. I really don't want to do Prism Realm, but like I'm about to die. Nice. I have one, but I need a land, so I'm going to do that even though I don't want to. It's because I need lands. Since I have the mana, I think I may go ahead and do this.
Let's get moving.
But then I only get 1 card. I'm going to wait a turn on it. That way I get 2 cards instead of 1. That.
Whoa! Oh, sorry.
Go ahead and
Thought
play
I saw
this guy.
something.
That way I have more defenses at the ready.
Gotta learn to planes walk before you can planes run.
So you see, like, he did really good, but he blew his load. Now he has no cards, and I have a shit ton of hand and a ton of mana. And so does he, but, like, I can play shit now. So...
Got anything good over there?
Now, if this was a goblin deck, I may already been dead because I would just get hit by a couple shocks and be dead already. But against this deck, right, I managed to be still alive.
It's important to take your time.
So I don't want to waste this because I can wait till he plays something. So let's just draw a shit ton of cards. This it doesn't really do shit because he has so much life and has so much mana. So let's do this. I desperately need what I need. This is going to allow me to draw an additional card on average every turn, which is going to be great. I'll start poking to try to catch up. So now I'm going to draw 3 cards this turn, which is going to be great. More options. And also, what this allowed me to do, since I have such a huge hand, is now when I do commence the endgame, I'll draw an additional 2 cards, and then I'll play the Amass. So I'm going to put down a monster creature. Plus, even though he's being blue and probably has a counterspell, can't counter it. You cannot counter Knuckle Bolas' true power. That's the lesson, friends. That's what we're going to do. Especially when you have so much shit in the hand. It's really the best play. Even if I lose cards, because if I lose cards, then they go to my graveyard, and then when they're in my graveyard, I can then use Deliver Onto Evil to then take them back into my hand. Combo. So like this I want to play, but I play this after I play Commence. That way I get maximum benefit. Is the strategy.
Anything good over there? Whoa! Oh, sorry. Thought I saw something.
There you go. Keep this defensively to deal with that, and this guy can stop basically any problem. I need discard. I want to keep all my blow-up cards for sure, and my mana. So I'll probably get rid of the statue because it's worthless right now. Now, like mid-game, that card's really good because you have that in addition to Knuckle Bolas. Knuckle Bolas keep blowing up cards, and if he starts blowing up his lands, and then that card makes it 2 mana more expensive, then they're not playing shit.
Let's get moving.
Oh, that's gonna suck. But I think I'm gonna have to. No, what am I gonna do? I could take the damage, or I could block, and then I could blow it up with a.
You've got to learn to planes walk before you can planes run.
So what? Can I blow it up? I can use Eugen to blow it up. Actually, no, I can't because it's not a color. Shit.
Let's get moving.
That's 4 greater, so that's not going to work. Eldest Reborn's going to work, but he can choose any creature. I may have to block and then put down Knuckle Bolas. Yeah. So I'm going to draw 3 cards. First check to see if I use anything that uses multiple cards in my hand. I don't think I see anything.
You can do this.
Get stuff down. Knuckle Bolas, though, I can blow up any guy. Could play him. Yeah, I think that's the better play because Eugen can't blow up an artifact.
What your favorite card
I could play Knuckle Bolas, but then He doesn't have haste, so I'm probably okay. Hopefully.
I wonder what your favorite card is. Hey, what's that?
Just look at this. Like, I'll take a moment for a sec. Doesn't this look cool? Like, Bolas, Bolas, Bolas,
Gotta learn to
Bolas,
walk before you can
Avatar
planeswalk.
Bolas, and look at my hand. Bolas, Bolas, Bolas. Land, Bolas, twin of Bolas, Bolas,
Keep with it.
Bolas.
You're doing great.
Gotta love that Bolas.
Your existence is pointless.
Now he only has a 1/2. If I be
Anything good over there?
aggressive, I can knock him down to 10, and then he can hit my life for 1, but most likely he won't block and then kill Bolas, but I may be okay with that. Because this way I force him either to lose as someone who can attack me with, or do massive damage. I'm going in. Oh wow. The play I would have done is had it hit my life so I can kill Bolas with that guy, but okie dokie. I want to keep all these cards, but I'll think I'll get rid of this because I have multiple solutions to blow up shit, and I could get it back with Deliver Onto Evil anyway. Okay. That time I got no cards. The last 2 turns I drew 3 instead of 1, so. That's 10 mana. Let's go ahead and start shrinking him.
My schemes are never ending.
And then let's go ahead and get Ujanet so I get some more blockers. Now his ability shared with Bolas, so now Bolas can also blow up guys, but his blow up ability is better. But I could also use him as a battery to put out creatures.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
So since I have Bolas out, which is also cool, is now if I do Deliver Onto Evil,
I win. But
they can't stop it. Normally you draw 4 cards, the opponent would choose 2, and I get the other 2. But with Bolas out, I can pick any 4 cards and I get all of them. So we're definitely going to do that ability. Unless I feel like I want to hold on to it until I lose something important, and then I can use this to bring it out. But since I have Bolas out, he's close to death. I think it's a better move. Because I can replay Commence. Like, I'll lose a bunch of cards, but I'll get more utility.
I wonder what your favorite is.
But you know what? I have enough to play this guy. Maybe I'll do that instead. And then I could transform him next turn. And then I could share Bolas' ability with the other Bolas.
Whoa! That's going
So I have a bunch of blow up shit. I think I want to have more utility out. Me getting rid of his mana isn't going to do shit at this point because he has so many.
Favorite card is.
And he doesn't have to get rid of a card in his hand, he can get rid of a land. So I think instead I'm going to do Ujin's ability.
You're all so generous. Truth lies beyond vision.
I have all, and my entire hand, except for Deliver Onto
Let's
Evil,
get
is
moving.
all blow up. Just blow up shit. I could use this, but
I hope I win. But I hope you win too.
I don't think I want to deliberately discard when I could replace something that's super valuable. So I think instead I'm going to transform. Well, actually, I could just win the game. I wanted to transform him.
Ever think about the multiverse?
Yeah, no, I'm going to transform him. I
Like-
can win the game anyway.
Hey,
do
that's
it.
wild.
That'll be fun, having all my boys at.
Whoa! Oh, sorry. Thought I saw something.
I have defeated death.
And see, now this is really powerful, because now this
Let's
Nicol
get
Bolas,
moving.
instead of going up +1, can actually go up +2 by stealing the Arisen's ability. So you go up +2, +2, +2. Yep.
You've got to learn to planes walk before you can planes run.
So let's go ahead and do one of his abilities. Put our creature, a planeswalker, from the graveyard under my control. Yeah, that's fun. Let's do
It's
that.
important to take your time. Hey, I can see your hand.
Death amusing.
Cool. So you see, beginning of the game, I'm really susceptible to quick Zerg mass rush of weaklings, but mid game, I have pretty good
Whoa!
defenses. And actually, beginning of the game, I have good
Sorry.
defenses as long as someone's
Thought I
not
saw
attacking a horde
something.
of weak crap. If someone just like enchanting something, I can just blow up the entire creature. But got it.
Congratulations. You've done.
We done it. We done did it, guys. So I'll probably just play one or two more. I didn't want to go too long. I just want to show you. I mean, look at that picture of the avatar. Isn't that cool? This will show you more different ways you can play this deck. It's actually pretty good. Like, it's really just susceptible early, like aggro decks. If it's not like a pure aggro deck, it can actually do, you know, pretty decent. I have to say. This is not a great starting hand because everything I have is super expensive. So, but I'm gambling that I've already got a bunch of lands and a bunch of expensive shit. It's probably likely the next card to get maybe weak, low-level stuff that I can play. So I'm going to gamble
It's a game.
here.
So remember to have fun.
Just because you mulligan doesn't mean you get something that's less crappy. And that's not necessarily an issue if you have a well-balanced deck, but this has a, you know, 2 peaks for its curve, so it's a little harder to play. And there's also a delay because I have all split lands, which come to play
Hey,
tap, basically.
I can see your hand.
Ooh, and we're fighting aggro decks, so we may lose this game pretty hard. But that's good. You'll be able to see the weakness of this deck, whereas the last deck, you saw that how we can make a recovery and hold our position during the mid game, and then just dominate late game. So I have something I could play, but I don't have the right colors yet. It's good at least get another turn before I can play it. But yeah, this is, I mean, a pure red deck. This is something that should be able to beat this Nicol Bolas deck majority of the time, because I don't have many solutions to stop a important ship. Which I'm not saying you can't make a deck with those solutions, but use with the Nicol Bolas theme. You know, Nicol Bolas is all about playing super powerful spells, which cost a lot of mana.
It's
so
important to take your time.
Not his thing to have to deal with a goblin. But I do have to deal with this solution. That's going to get
Keep going.
real bad real fast.
You can do this. Let's get moving.
You just got scorned, fool. It was glowing because I could play the plaza. The problem is when it comes to play, unless it's 1 mana of any color, then it dies. Which is kind of weird why then it shows you that you can play. But I guess maybe if you had a deck that if you just played any card and you could trigger something, it'd be useful. Yeah, we're just getting pounded. Well, I mean, this is the better card, so I can get to bed and play now. And it's possible you can make a recovery. I need to get like a finale of eternity to blow up all these goblins. So I need to go Heart of the Cards. That's really my only solution to stop all these weak creatures. Just get this board wipe. And that would be good to have in this deck for that reason, but they're mystic rares, you know? And I'm not, like I said, I'm not gonna make this deck more expensive than what it is just for something that's a fun theme. So, it's already a fun deck to play.
Oh, sorry. Thought I saw something.
I only have 1 card in my graveyard, so if I play this, it's not gonna do shit. So, it's not looking good. But that is a solution. Like if you had Finale of Eternity, I could just do it for X of 2, and then for 4 mana, I could blow up every creature in play that has, well, 3 creatures that have 2 or less defense. So that would solve the problem, or at least mitigate it until I get more land, so I can just dominate. But no, and I'm sure he's got shocks. He hasn't played it either because he hasn't played that shit yet. If I don't get Finale as my next card, it's over. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do. I can stop. Well, maybe I can live another turn. Maybe. Wait, why? Oh, because it's this 4 greater. Yeah. Nope. Not this time. Yep, this is exactly the weakness of the deck. But hey, we got some cool Bolas cards, right? Let me look at this. Look at it. Bolas, Bolas.
Let's get moving.
There's no shock. Guess we don't need it.
But it wasn't easy.
Wasn't it? I mean, if I don't play any cards, that's like the definition of easy. Cool. Well, I'll go one more to see if I can fight something other than a fucking all-red deck. Show you, but I'm glad you showed it, because I was able to show you what I do pretty well against, decks that I don't do well against, and maybe this will be an example of one that I would just dominate. We'll see. Cool, I got some stuff I can play, so let's go.
Rightio, now let's play.
So all black. Most likely a zombie deck, I'm guessing. I should be able to hold my own against this one if I just get more lands. This example I was talking about being color fucked. This I can't play.
I hope I win.
But this I couldn't target anyway. It's 4 or greater. So like this card I can't play because I don't have bright colors. I mean these are only 3. I'm just no lands. I'm still okay. I just oh here's Finale of Eternity. There you go. That's my board wipe. So once I get 2 more. Well, no. Once I get 1 more, I'll use to blow up all these guys. I'm not playing this anytime soon. This I want to keep bring stuff back. This I want to keep because I
Gotta learn to planes walk,
or
you can planes run.
If I want it, I can always bring it back. And the die is created too. That's great. Man. Bolas does great against anyone that challenges his power, but god, you attack him with a horde of weak shit. He's like, I don't know what to do.
I wonder what your favorite card is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any lands. So I just need 1 more land that I can at least blow up all these guys, but man, I'm getting hit hard before then. And that's gonna also summon a 2/2, so it's not like I'll get rid of the problem, especially when you're doing shit like that. This may be a very, yeah, it's an anticlimactic ending. No! Bolas! Come on, man! Come on! Shit!
Ever think about the multiverse? Like,
but anyway,
hey,
that's what I want to show you though.
wild.
Like, it was fun making this deck. Is it the world's best deck? No. But it's a lot of fun. If I get attacked with weenies, it's hard to defeat. But you attack me with any other deck, because I have so much utility, I can do a good job at stopping it.
Oh.
Bolas! Why? But since this loss is pretty quick, I'll do 1 more. It just you know, yeah, I have a deck that's losing against
Good game.
practice mode, right? It just, you know, the horde of the weenies. Yeah, it is a fun set, I have to say. Probably, I would say it's the 2nd most fun set I've played. Because I really like the whole zombie wizard because that's historically been my favorite deck to play ever. It's blue and black. Playing decks from earlier sets of Magic that revolved around liches or wizard zombies, and the fact that this, you know, you have these Eternals that kind of embody that, and then you have the godlike Nicol Bolas. It's so cool, and then you're playing like all these planeswalkers. Very awesome. My most fun deck, and this is definitely close to first, but my most fun deck was Eldritch Moon, because it had the second iteration of the Eldrazi, and it combined Eldrazi with supernatural cards that you can flip and transform them, flip to the other side of the card and transform it to something else, and you're essentially turning like werewolves, creatures into werewolves and vampires, and then turning those creatures into Nightmare Eldrazi, or turning angels into Nightmare Eldrazi horrors. It's just like, it's so cool. Magic's definitely gotten a lot cooler over the years, that is for sure.
Rightio, now let's play.
Creepers are gonna be the death of me. Definitely want to de-spark this dude. Yep.
Oh.
You lost your spot. And that's another weakness of this deck. Not only do I not have creatures to block this weak crap in the beginning of the game, but the fact that all my lands are split, then I waste an additional turn just to play something. And also, in addition, I run the risk of, even though I have in the teens of every color,
to take your time.
the fact that, well, maybe I don't get the colors I need to play what I need. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can play the Elder Reborn, but do I have 2 blue? Do I have 3 black? Right? Like, I can play this, but there's nothing in my graveyard. I need to at least have 3 things in my graveyard, or have Bolas out, which I don't.
Whoa!
So I can't play anything.
Sorry. Thought I saw something.
It is fun to look at, though. Look at my boy. The game is about having fun, so... however you accomplish that, whether it's being engrossed in the art and the story and theme, or if you're engrossed in just trying to competitively annihilate your opponents. You know, both player types are having fun, so
You can do this.
do what you do. Do what you do. This is useful because I knocked myself down to 4.
It's important to take your time.
But if I kill 2 creatures, he can get rid of these 2 and then still kill me. So even though this is really powerful, like I said, it's also really dangerous. Like, I can kill 2 of his creatures and 2 of his cards, but then I'll be at 4 life and he can still kill me. Because half my life rounded up. So... I mean... I may have to do that. Man, the Eldest Reborn at this rate is going to have to be reborn because he's going to get... He's going to get dead.
I should have seen that coming.
That's me like Eldest Reborn is great against really powerful creatures, but not against if you have Horde Garbo or Meteor Golem. Wait, is that any permanent? I thought that was only creatures. Wow, no shit, any permanent. Wow, that card's better than I thought. For some reason, I always thought that was just you kill a creature. Wow. Yeah, that's... Well... Shit.
Ever think about the multiverse?
I mean, if you're gonna go out,
like,
might as well go out with a bang.
hey, that's wild.
Go out with true power. Just Nicol Bolas is going crazy with fucking... you know, Dragon Lightning. Let's do it.
It's important to take your time.
I have yet to still play that Citadel, like in the history of ever. Ever.
Hey, I can see your hand.
Hey, I did successfully blow up shit. That I did do. Just too little, too late. That's okay, Bolas. You will live in our hearts forever. You will be reborn.
Good game.
Well, that's all I'm gonna do this evening, everyone. Thanks for watching. Be sure to pray to Nicol Bolas tonight. He is our Lord and Savior. Or at least he's my Lord and Savior. But no, seriously, thanks for watching. This is just a really fun deck, and I want to share it with you guys so you can just see it in all its glory and all of its unglory. My next card game stream next week, 7 p.m. PST Monday. I'm probably going to switch back to Hearthstone and do that for a couple weeks, and then switch back to Magic the Gathering Arena. Just give time, giving love to both card games, which are a lot of fun. Eventually, down the road, also loop in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, which I have a bunch of decks for, and that game is also fun. What's interesting is all those three card games hit a different fun spot and are fun in different ways. So yeah, next time will be Hearthstone, and my next stream will be Wednesday, 7 p.m. PST, and I'll have an update on what's going on currently with my board game. I am developing Elementers, which is a fantasy-based strategy board game. Largely area control for 2 to 6 players. Well, I'll catch you guys then. Thanks for watching, and this is Ismortah out.